Hello and welcome, I am Arumba, thank you for joining me. Let's play some Crusader Kings 2, Charlemagne. Fantastic, we have a brand new expansion. We're on patch 2.2, checksum URWO. The only DLC that I don't have active is the Sunset Invasion, because we've had too much fun with that in the past. This is a very exciting, pretty big patch. They've extended the timeline by over 100 years. Pretty cool. There's a new button now, Content. You can actually see some stuff that you have active. You can see that I've got quite a bit of the DLC. I did pick up all the unit packs and the custom. I have everything. I have all the things so that you can see the new stuff. It's pretty cool. And I am using 2 mods. This is kind of cool too. And you can actually publish mods now from here. You can just go here and you can say publish. So that's kind of cool. I think that puts it directly on the Steam Workshop. Not 100% sure though. So I'm using keyboard shortcuts, which is my mod. It has been patched. You'll find a link in the description of this video so that you can download it if you're looking forward to getting that going with your Charlemagne expansion. And then I'm using an old version of NBRT, which is New Borders, Rivers, Textures, which just makes the game look pretty. So, let's dive right in. This is the new interface for choosing your starting era. It spans almost 700 years. Choose where in the timeline you want your game to start. Now, you're not limited to these 5 choices. What you can do is you can say custom game setup, and then you've still got the, year by year thing here. I think you have to be, you've got to use like the initial start date, 1066 through like 1453 allows you to go year by year or 100 years at a time. If you want to do one of the earlier ones like Charlemagne or the Old Gods, you cannot move it around on a year by year basis. So I'm not really sure why that's the case, but it is. So we're going to obviously play the Charlemagne Start, and what we're going to do is we're going to go back, because I do want to use this interface. I think it's kind of cool. And it's got like extended character descriptions of the featured characters. So we'll read this. The early Middle Ages started with the War of the Western Roman Empire in the 5th century. The earlier part of this era saw the great Germanic and Slavic migrations across Europe, with peoples such as the Goths and the Lombards settling in southern Europe, the Franks settling in Gaul, and Saxons crossing the sea and settling in Britain. The Eastern Roman Empire was violently shaken by the pressure from the Goths and Avars, and fought bitterly with the ancient Persian enemy. The rise of Islam saw the Arabs conquering immense amounts of territory in the Middle East and North Africa, and in India, several great dynasties vied for dominance, with the Rashtrakutas rising towards the end of the 8th century. In the steppes, the Khazars grew in power, and in Scandinavia, things were about to change in a way that was to affect the entire continent. Now, clearly, for our first campaign in Charlemagne, we have to play as a Karling, because that's what this is all about. It's about France, the Holy Roman Empire, Germany, like that whole Central European area. We've got Karling, son of Pepin the Short and descendant of Charles Martel Charlemagne, or Karl, as his contemporaries called him, became joint king of the Franks with his brother Karloman in 769. After a 2-year power struggle, Karloman suddenly and conveniently fell ill and died, leaving Karl as the sole ruler of the Franks. He then proceeded to make the kingdom greater than ever before, conquering Saxony, Lombardy, and other lands with equal measures of good strategic planning and ruthlessness. He was eventually crowned Holy Roman Emperor by Pope Leo III, and his descendants were to rule large parts of the Empire of Europe for long to come. So, okay, a descendant of Charlemagne. So he is not, the namesake of the expansion, but he is a descendant of them. And then we've got his brother, King Karloman Karling. Karloman became joint king of the Franks together with his brother in 768. The two brothers were not friends, rather a rivalry ensued. Karloman was outmaneuvered by his brother's alliances with the Lombards and sought the support of the Pope in order to counter this, but did ultimately not succeed. He died unexpectedly in 771, just as war for the Frankish crown seemed inevitable. It has been claimed that he was poisoned, but this was never proven. So I'm leaning towards taking Karloman, the younger brother. He's about 8 years younger than Karl. I like the underdog. I want to win. I want to win as Karloman, and I want to beat up our older stupid brother, because he's ugly. So we're going to play as Karloman Karling. And we've got to take a look at all the new stuff in the game. Very exciting. So first things first, and this is probably the most significant change in CK2, I think, in this patch, is that there is now a vassal limit. You're no longer allowed to just have infinite vassals. Your vassal limit will indicate how many direct vassals you can have at count tier or higher. Having too many direct vassals will negatively affect the amount of taxes and levies you get from your vassals, and you might lose the grip of your vassals upon death. So it does exactly what it says. If you die and you're over the limit, then they might just break free. They might just become independent. And again, it does say count or higher. So notice how we have 21 out of 33 vassal limit, but we actually have 27. That's because if you sort by rank, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Baron tier vassals that they do not count. You're kind of already paying for them by having your domain. You're using domain limit to get those vassals. So for instance, our 2 holdings, we got Troy's, and we've got 3 vassals from there, and then we've got this one with 3 vassals. So, okay, I have not played this game in quite a while. We're pretty big, so this is definitely an easy start compared to what I've done in the past. Let's take a look at our dude. First off, even though he's 18, this man needs a beard. What do you like? It's close. Close to a mustache that I know. Let's see. I guess we'll go full beard mode. I mean, there's not too many choices. A hairy man. It'd be nice if he could have the full beard with a mustache. This looks nice. Sure. He's got to show off his manliness. Now, we are a Grey Eminence, which is excellent because that gives us more diplomacy, which should increase potentially our vassal limit. It says ruler diplomacy bonus. Now, this is new for me, so I don't actually know what the formula is, but dependent on your ruler diplomacy skill, that's going to affect how many vassals you can have. Now, we are a kind, slothful, shy, and lustful man. Our young wife is 17. She is an elusive shadow. She's a bit craven. She's also lustful, so we'll certainly be making a few babies. She's zealous and gregarious. Of course, we're both Catholic, so I'm not too upset about her being zealous. We start off with a strong claim on the Kingdom of West Francia, and a claim on the Empire of Francia. So, this is also another major change in the patch. You're allowed to found empires. You can just basically found new kingdoms and new empires if you have enough land, and they're not de jure. So that means is you have to wait 100 years for your empire to actually exist de jure on the map and actually be able to say hey, that's historically part of our land, and be able to press claims and things over it if you somehow manage to lose terrain. But we've got a few pretty good looking guys here. We got a Chancellor with 19 diplomatic skill. I think what we're going to do first, let's get our vassals liking us. We'll go to the realm tree. We'll find out who our strongest one is. Our strongest vassal is Duke Nabi of Alemannia. He only has one opinion of us. He doesn't like that we're slothful. He thinks we're a foreigner. What is your culture, sir? I am Frankish. What are you? German. Well, makes sense since he's from Alemannia. Yeah, I think that he is probably the most appropriate character to improve relations with for now. So we'll go ahead and set him about improving relations with him. Training troops probably makes the most sense almost always, generally speaking. We have the most troops in Troyes, 319 versus 130. That's a very significant difference. Why is that? Owner martial skill. Oh my gosh, we have no martial. We are terrible at the martial things. My gosh. Alright, well, we're going to have to train troops in our capital. It's the only thing that makes sense. Thought I saw another modifier on there. Germanic Infantry Barracks. That's not new, right? That's been there before. Yeah, okay. And then, of course, we'll collect taxes in the highest base tax province that we can. We will probably want to scheme in our capital for the moment, make sure we catch anyone plotting against us, and we'll improve religious relations with the Pope, because that's just what you do when you're a Catholic. Alright, we'll sort our vassals by opinion, always. Lowest going down, so I can see who the problems are. So the Duke of Toulouse, William Nibelungen. He's a bit of a problem. Wants control of the county of Carcassonne. Now, before we can really dive in and play the game, of course, we got to do this vassal management. So he's upset because this count is serving us directly, and he believes that because he is the Duke of Toulouse, that he should have control of that count, and that is actually a perfectly reasonable thing. So I am going to go ahead and transfer vassalage of this count. I'm kind of mixing up some of my games a bit because I'm used to playing EU4. But yes, we're going to transfer him over. That'll give us 20 opinion. It'll make the minus 25 and the minus 50 go away and make him into a fairly strong ally for us. It means that we'll be in a much better position. Giving up control of that count most certainly is better than having that count. As far as like, okay, that guy's going to actually give us troops now, where before he wasn't, and the count wasn't really going to do much at all. What else we have? We've got the Duke of Upper Burgundy, wants control of the county of Neuchâtel. Okay, so this Duke here, de jure as that Duke, Duke of Savoy, he wants this guy. He's a double count, though. And some of that territory is part of Upper Burgundy. Do we have any duchies? We have no duchy titles. So we're not going to really be too upset. I'm actually, again, I'm totally fine with just transferring away vassalage. It also reduces our vassal count, so. You want the Count of Neuchâtel. And we shall give him to you. He still desires the county of Burgundy. Of course you do. Are you a duke of both provinces or something? Probably should have checked that. Why do you desire that province? Oh, you bastard. You're the duke of this duchy, not the one you should be. Well, I don't know about that. I mean, that'd be giving up 3 sub-vassals and giving up our second holding. Let's see, our capital is in this duchy. You know what we could do? We could just plot to revoke counties in our primary duchy. And, yeah. Okay, fine. I'm totally fine with it, actually. Now we need to give him Burgundy. What happened to this game? It used to sort them automatically. It would put the people... Hey, we got a search field in here. That's new. Awesome. Well, that's amazing. Alright, so you want the Duke of... Can we just type Boar? No. Damn. Well, that's not very useful. I think the problem might be that this guy actually has... Oh, I own it myself. What am I doing? Jesus. I need to get used to playing this game again. Alright, for our ambition, we will take the ambition to... Probably have a daughter, just so we can spit out a few extra kids real quick. That'll increase our fertility by 25%. And, by the way, we do have one son. His name is Pepin. He's 0 years old. He, actually doesn't like us very much. -5. He's got no stats, but he's just born. He was born November 4th, just a couple months ago. Very young little boy. Okay, so now when we look at opinion, we're looking a little bit better. We still have a few counts that don't like us. The count of this guy. We don't have enough money to create any duchy titles, so I don't think we're going to do that. And this Duchy of Valois is quite small. Okay, so we've secured our alliances. We are quite weak overall. There's this new button. Call vassals and allies to war. Hopefully we'll be able to use that at some point. So let's let the game run. Let's see what happens. Oh hey, well that didn't take long. May wisdom ever elude you. This was a formal declaration of war. Our armies shall meet on the battlefield. So, King Tassilo III of Bavaria. You are not a Karling. You're declaring war over what? What is the CB that you've used, sir? It's the Bavarian Middle Francian de jure war over Chur. Now, we are brothers, right? So, this is an outside threat. You should come to defend me. You little bastard brother who most certainly is going to try to murder me. Alright, we're going to raise our levies and we'll consolidate to a central location and we'll go beat this guy up. I don't think this guy's got very much strength. It's our cousin. What an asshole. He's got 1,800 troops. What are you thinking, man? Alright, well, let's see if our brother wants to come help us. We'll know his true colors. Of course he honors his obligation. Yeah, that's right. A realm divided. As your father Pepin died, he divided the empire of the Franks and left one half to you and the other half to your brother. He divided the lands in such a way as to force you to cooperate, but it does not appear to have had the desired effect. The friction is constant, and at every turn it seems your brother is now trying to thwart your plans and weaken your position. You still rule as joint kings, but surely this peace cannot last. Well, it's a good thing we called him to war before we became bitter rivals, because now he hates us. That's actually quite convenient that he's going to help out. Alright, we have 11 titles that can be created, kingdoms and duchies and things. We don't want to create extra kingdoms, because that would just cause problems for us. But we do have a lot of individual counts that are serving us, and if you've watched me play Crusader Kings 2 at any point in the past, you'll know that I typically like to have strong vassals. I write to you to ask that you stop causing trouble for your brother, and do not interfere with his plans. He loves you, and you should support him instead of making things difficult for him. God sees all, and family should not fight with family. Your loving mother. So our opinion of our mother goes down, and our mother's opinion of us goes down. It is clear that she's not on my side. You stupid wench. Die, Mom. No. Well, that's not fair. She's supposed to be on our side. Stupid woman. Alright, well, great thing about CK2 combat is that its bigger army typically wins, so we'll just take this bigger army and go beat him up. Now, hopefully our spy master likes us. He does. We're defending versus foreigners, which helps out quite a bit. We might even want to keep this war going for a while, so we can just get some main penalty to tick away and make him like us. Now, let's see. This is going to be attacking into the mountains, but we have such a large number that I think we can win. Let's wait for our brother, though. There's no sense in attacking when we have 3,000 more men on their way. In fact, this is even better. Let's just watch. Carl. Oh, you thought I was going to help you because I was positioning myself right on the border. No, no. You wait your troops. I'll just watch. That sounds much better. Don't attach to my troops. Go away. Leave me alone. Go fight him. Okay, fine. I'll pretend like I'm gonna... No, no, no. Yes, you go do the fighting. You do the heavy lifting. Go. Alright, he's trying to attach to us. I forget, is there a button? Yeah, there is, but it's different. Like, he's just deciding to... He's too smart now. He's not gonna go engage them head on. Alright, fine. Well, we got him to lose a few men. Everything we can do to make him lose, we shall. Gain 26 war score, very good. We've captured a mayor, a little bit of money that way. Now, if we were to win this war, what are we going to get? It's going to give us 200 ducats, gain a little bit of prestige. He's not willing to surrender quite yet. Looks like we're going to have to actually siege him down. Alright, cool. Well, I'm going to take a break here. I do look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thanks so much for watching. As always, this is the first video of a new series, so if you enjoy this video, you want to see more Crusader Kings 2 on this channel, and you also want to see daily videos of Charlemagne, make sure that you do leave a comment, like the video, do that kind of stuff. It helps the channel out tremendously with things like YouTube search results, and that is generally how people find the channel in the first place. So it takes you just a moment, and it helps me out a huge amount. So thanks for watching, and I hope that you do like the video. See you again soon.